So I'm super grateful for Will at Triungulo Labs. I don't know if I'm butchering his company name. I still can't pronounce it. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be running through all the different effects that you get out of this pedal and why I think it's so important to getting John's sound. And like I do in most of my videos, I kind of want to break it into sections. So the first part of the video, I want to talk about the preamp that actually comes in this pedal that gives you that crunchy signal that you can dial in with the level knob. The second thing I want to talk about this pedal is the coarse section that you get. And then the third one I want to talk about is the vibrato section that you get. I'm going to quickly just touch on each thing and why I think it's important to getting John's tone. And then I'm going to play some riffs and just show you the sounds I get out of it in my setup. And I'll give a quick run through of how I'm running my board right now. I'm not going to use a lot of effects for this video because I mainly want to spotlight the coarse ensemble. But I know the way pedals interact is very important to people, especially in getting John's sound, because this pedal signal chain is so specific in terms of what's after one another or what comes before one another. So I will show you quick demonstrations of like the DS2 or the Ibanez wah going through the CE-1 just to give an idea of what that would sound like. But for the majority of the video, I'm just gonna have the CE-1 on, running in stereo, which I'll touch on in a second, and the Hall of Fame 2 for the reverb sounds. How I have this pedal set up is I'm going from my guitar into the DS2, the SD1, a WH10, coarse ensemble, Hall of Fame 2, and out. I have two other pedals, but I'm not going to touch on those yet because reviews for those will be coming soon. If you follow my socials, you'll see that I also got sent some other pedals, so in the future you'll see videos for that. Subscribe if you really want to see in-depth videos of those pedals as well. And then out of the CE-1, I have the left signal going dry into my audio interface, and the right signal is going into the Hall of Fame 2, so the wet signal, and then that's panned right. So I have left dry and right is the effects. Out of that is going into an audio interface into GarageBand as my DAW. That's how I'm getting all my sounds. I have another video on my channel called How to Get John Frusciante's Tone on a Budget. It's a little old and dated, it's about a year ago. A lot of stuff has changed for me, but it'll still get you in that ballpark until I do my new updated video. So why I think this pedal is so important is because of the certain preamp that comes with it. It allows you to get that broken up signal that I've always wanted to get. No matter how hard I try with DAWs, or even normal amps, no matter how accurate I seem to think I have the gain dial on most amps, it's either too gainy or not gainy enough for John's sound. So I have the pedal at about 1 o'clock in the high mode. So basically what the low and high mode does is the high mode just boosts it a bit. I'm super satisfied with it, and I'm just gonna show you how it sounds. So I find this pedal to be super responsive in terms of how hard I use my right hand. When I really dig in, I don't know if it's a placebo effect, but I find that when I really dig in, it grits up to that perfect amount that you hear in John's playing. And when you pick super softly, you get a clean tone, like it's a clean signal, but it's full at the same time. I don't know if it's the stereo effect or what it is, but basically it's what I've been searching for so long. And for the longest time, I didn't know if I should have pulled the trigger or not. And now that I actually have it in my hands and that it was sent to me, if I knew how good this sounded in person back then, I would have 100% bought it because it does exactly what I'm looking for as a John Frusciante fan. And how it reacts with other pedals is perfect as well. And I'll demonstrate that quickly. Won't take too long. I'll play some riffs and just show you basically how the knobs work and how you turn it on and off and switch between coarse and vibrato. Let's just play some stuff with distortion. I think it reacts the exact way that a Jump Frusciante fan would want it. It's not a crazy volume jump. Obviously everybody's gear is different, and I think that the level knob on the CE-1 will vary depending on your setup. But I find that when I found that perfectly balanced spot on the knob where it was a little gritty, it controls the volume jumps of the DS2 and the Ibanez wah. So I'll just kind of show you what that sounds like. The smile on my face when I turn that wah on is just like, I can't control it. It sounds so good, and I'm so happy, and I cannot thank Will enough for sending me these pedals. Oh, another thing quickly I want to mention about the preamp. The thing I really like is it has like a red light that says peak level. Every time I like play softly, it lights up, but the more I dig in, it really lights up and goes crazy. So it shows how much of my signal is being, I don't want to say distorted or compressed, but pushed is the right word, if that makes sense. Okay, so onto the course. I have my course pedal set just before 12 o'clock, so just before halfway, and I think it's perfect for the course sound, especially on Blood Sugar Sex Magic, or even for like By the Way, universally speaking. There's not much to this. How you turn it on is there's the button on the left side of the pedal that says normal/effect, and if you turn that button on, it's gonna go between the normal, which is no effect, and then if you turn it on, it's gonna be the effect, which is either course or vibrato. And then there's just one main dial for course, and that's just turning it up and down for intensity. If the light above course/vibrato is just blinking, it means the course is on, and then if I press it again, it's gonna start blinking faster, and that means the vibrato mode is on. Obviously you can get closer to the pedals, but I find that this is just like a perfect recreation of it. A reminder that it's in stereo, so you'll hear the left side is dry and the right side has the course effect on. So hopefully you can get it through the audio, how good it sounds in stereo. I recommend wearing headphones, you'll really hear the difference. So for vibrato, you have two knobs. The one on the left is depth and the one on the right is rate. You can switch between coarse and vibrato with the button on the bottom right of the pedal once you're in effect mode by pressing the button on the left side of the pedal, like I said earlier. The knobs are kind of like this at each other, if that makes sense. So depth is kind of like in between 1 and 2 o'clock, and the rate is in between, like, I want to say 10 and 11. So they're like this at each other. But there's not much else to say about this part of the pedal. So we're gonna play some riffs and show you how it sounds. So hopefully that gives you an idea on how this pedal sounds. My opinion on this pedal, my conclusion, it's never leaving my board, honestly. Every time I record, I'm going to be going through stereo, using the preamp. If the song requires chorus or vibrato, I'm definitely using it, obviously. For my own personal playing and stuff like that, I'm definitely going to be using the chorus feature a lot. I think it's an amazing sounding chorus. I have nothing bad to say about this pedal. The enclosure is phenomenal. All the knobs like move smoothly. The buttons are really fun to push down on. Like, you don't have to worry about breaking anything. It doesn't feel cheap like plastic or anything. It feels like very sturdy. I do feel like it has the same amount of durability as like a Boss pedal. I know those things last like crazy long, but that's how it feels to me. I'm just gonna keep experimenting with it throughout videos, and you'll be hearing it throughout all my videos for sure. With that being said, that's my honest review on this pedal. Again, I want to thank Will so much for sending this to me. There's gonna be more reviews coming on the other stuff that he did send me. So in the description below, you'll find links to how I kind of get my tone, my older video. I'm gonna do a new one soon, so just stay tuned on that. But if you turn the post notifications on, you'll know when those 2 reviews come out, and on top of that, my new gear and all that kind of stuff in terms of my setup when that video comes out as well. If you follow my Instagram, all the links to my socials are in the description. You'll get a lot more frequent updates. I also post like daily riffs and reels and whatnot there, as well as on TikTok. I'd really appreciate the support. If you do want to do one-on-one online lessons, I'm available as well. Just DM me on IG and I'll definitely get back to you. We can set up some time. I have had a lot of people reach out on Instagram now after my recent scar tissue video got a lot of views. Been getting booked up pretty quickly, so if you do want to get in, then just definitely shoot me a message. Other than that, if you do have any questions or video ideas you want me to touch on, you can either comment them down below or you can shoot me a message on Instagram as well and I'll get back to you. I do appreciate all the support. The channel is definitely growing and I really appreciate it all. Again, before the video ends, again, I want to give a huge shout out to Will at Triungulo Labs for sending me over these pedals, and please go check him out on Instagram, his YouTube channel. He's got a ton of JF style videos over there, and on Instagram he posts all his new pedals that are upcoming. Even some of the stuff he does is just great for non-JF stuff and filters and distortions and whatnot. So if you're looking for that kind of stuff, check him out on Instagram. I don't think I have anything else to say, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.